Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Oh my goodness, it's so weird as I'm looking out here because my son, my baby, is down there behind the camera. So if my gaze goes down here, it's because I am keeping an eye on him as he just ruffles around in his little play seat while I quickly film this video. So how are we? Happy New Year. I hope you are all doing really well. So many of you, when I said, you know, I've had the baby, so many of you were like, you were pregnant? Like you just didn't know. Which is so weird because I did do a whole video announcing my pregnancy. But yeah, I hope you're all doing really well. And I just wanted to catch up and check in. This isn't really like me saying I'm back, but I do want to kind of ease myself back into making content again and kind of find out what kind of content I want to make, because I'll be entirely honest with you. If you hear any coos or little sounds, that is my baby. So yeah, I don't know, you know, when you have a baby and you give birth, your life changes in an instant and you kind of don't lose yourself. I guess maybe you do lose yourself a bit and you've got to re-find yourself. So I'm in that process, and I guess because of that, a reflection of that will be, I don't know what content I want to make. You know, I've gone back and forth so many times with celebrity readings. Part of me still wants to make them still, and you know, YouTube is not the same place it was when I started making celebrity readings. You know, YouTube has changed a lot, the internet's changed a lot, social media's changed a lot, and so yeah, I have so many ideas of things I want to do and direction I want to take, not just YouTube but my brand. And I want to, you know, start talking about this as, you know, a business as well, because this is my business. And I feel like in the past I kind of scooted around that because it felt a bit uncomfortable, but this is my business. I have a spiritual psychic business and this is my brand. And yeah, so I asked you guys over on my Instagram, if you aren't following me over there and you'd like to, it's I forgot what it was there. Baby brain. It's at I am Kirsty Lewis. I will link the link in the description. You're gonna have to forgive me, honestly, because you know I'm only 8 weeks postpartum. So I asked you guys over there if you had any questions, just to catch up, and you guys sent some in. I also asked on the YouTube community tab as well. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. Like I said, this isn't really my coming back. It's more like my it's more like my easing myself in. So here we go. Congratulations, thank you very much. Do you hope for your children to pass on your gifts and help others someday? Absolutely. So, you know, whether you're parenting as a single parent or you're in a couple, you are still co-parenting. And, you know, contrary to what people might believe, you know, my partner doesn't hold exactly the same beliefs as I do. You know, he's definitely is into, I would say, you know, especially being with me, I've opened him up to a lot more spiritual things, but he's not into it like I am, and he doesn't follow it like I do. I mean, don't get me wrong, if there's a full moon, he's the first person to tell me, Kirsty, have you seen the moon? He sees it before I do now. But, you know, we're co-parenting. So, you know, our son will be raised with both of our beliefs and values. But 100%, you know, I think it's inevitable that you would raise your child as you. So, you know, my child's going to be meditating, my child's going to be doing full moon rituals, new moon rituals, is going to be watching me cleanse my crystals. You know, he's going to see all of it. And, you know, I do hope that he would go on to help raise the vibration of the planet and help to heal others and help others navigate their journey. That would be, I would be super proud. But it's his life and I am open for him to do whatever he likes, as long as, you know, he's happy. And yeah, but you know, I would love, and I will be open obviously to teach him everything that I've learned. Okay, how are you feeling? More spiritual since the birth? No. So with anything, like even if you're a singer, if you're an actor, if you're an actress, you have to practice your craft. Like, don't use it, you lose it. And having a baby is so full on. I'll be honest, it's a lot more full on than I ever anticipated, and I've been around babies my whole life. For as long as I could tell you, I've had babies in my life. But having your own child is a completely different thing. It's amazing, but it is full on. So all the practices that I would do to strengthen my spirituality, I'd be doing my readings, I'd be connecting with spirit every day, I'd be talking to spirit every day, I'd be meditating, all of these things that took up my time and I had the free time to do. my time now is completely revolves around my child, and I love it, and I really do love it, but it means my spirituality has slacked, and that's entirely, you know, like I said at the beginning, you know, when you have a baby you do lose yourself a little bit. My spirituality is such a big part of my life, and I guess part of this is going to be, you know, part of the next kind of year, I would say, or few years, is going to be coming back to that, slowly incorporating spirituality back into my life, finding time to meditate, working with the moons, all of that, because it's such a big part of me. But you know, I am feeling well, I'm doing well. I'll be honest, in the beginning it was a huge shock to the system. It was a massive adjustment. Having a baby, I have found, is a huge adjustment. You go from being completely independent to being able to do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it, not having to answer to anyone. And then you had this little being that, you know, you can't just do what you want to do. But I've loved, just even now he's just wiggling around. I love every second of it, and watching him grow and all of that. And I'm personally doing really well, but spiritually, yeah, it's taken a back seat. It's definitely been neglected, and you know, I'd be lying if I said otherwise. Spirituality is a practice, and if you're not practicing it, you know, don't use it, lose it. Sorry if anything looks a bit different. I had to stop to feed the baby. So is motherhood what you expected? Massive congratulations. Thank you so much. So no. Like I said, I have had babies in my life for as long as I can remember. I come from a big family. I've got a lot of nieces and nephews, but having your own child is very different to being able to give back someone else's. It's a lot more full on than I expected. Yeah, there's just so many like little things I never thought about. I never thought about, you know, the sleep. I never thought about how am I going to make dinner if my baby won't be put down. Like, so many little things you just don't think about. I mean, it's amazing. It is amazing. It is amazing. It is amazing to watch this little being grow that you've created, that you carried, that you birthed. Like, it's incredible, but it is very different to, I guess, what I thought it was about, even though I didn't really think too much about motherhood. I thought a lot about pregnancy and carrying a baby, but I didn't really think into motherhood. Like, I knew the kind of mother I wanted to be, but the kind of ins and outs of every day, I guess I didn't really think too much about it. Are you doing celebrity readings anytime soon? So as I said, I don't know. You're gonna have to bear with me while I navigate this part of my life and I kind of experiment and find out what kind of I keep looking down here just to be like, are you okay? While I experiment and figure out what kind of content I want to make. There's definitely some celebrities I would really like to read on right now, because I'm like, what is going on with you? And the world is in such a crazy place, you know. I'd really love to do some world readings, but yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to be open, and hopefully you'll bear with me while I just navigate this and experiment and figure it out. Anything prepare you for motherhood? Congratulations, thank you so much. I guess the only thing that did prepare me, like I said, I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and you know, I looked after a lot of them from being very small babies. So I did have inkling, like, you know, how to interact with babies. You know, a lot of it did come naturally to me. I would say I'm quite a maternal person as well, so that obviously helped. But nothing can prepare you for your own baby, and you know, just so many little intricate little things that, you know, I don't think anything can prepare you for your own journey of parenthood. I don't think anything can. It's one of those learn on the job things. Did you always want to have kids, and when did you know it was the right time? Okay, so yes, I always wanted to have children, but I have a really strong motto. I've had it for many years, which is that children are a blessing, they are not a right. So I always knew that if I couldn't have children, or if it didn't happen for me, I would be absolutely fine with it. Like I say, I'm very blessed. I have a lot of children in my life, so I don't know whether that, you know, swayed my opinion, but I always have said, always, years and years before having my own baby, that children are a I just realised I've got my jumper on backwards, and that is the epitome of motherhood. Where I was rushing around to get dressed. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, I always knew I wanted to have them, but if I couldn't have them, then I would have been fine with it, because I do believe it's a blessing to have children. It's not a right. Not everyone has the, you know, the luck to be able to have children. When did you know it was the right time? I'll be honest, like, if you looked at my circumstances, I'll be honest, I still live at home, like me and my partner still live at home with my mum. You wouldn't probably look and be like, oh, now's the right time. Like, I feel like you just kind of know it in your spirit, and I knew it was the right time. I always said, ever since I was like probably like 10, you know, when like little girls would be like, when do you want to have your first baby? And I'd be like, not till I'm 30. And now I had older sisters, so I feel like I had more of a gauge on age, and like I knew I didn't want to have a baby in my 20s or as a teenager, because I just knew there were things I wanted to get done. I wanted to travel. I was, you know, I did a lot of traveling, and that's not to say you can't do any of this when you have a baby. You absolutely can, and we absolutely will, but there was just, you know, I just didn't want to have a baby till I was 30, and I got to 30 and I was like, oh, I'm still not really ready. But a few months passed, a lot of people around me started to get pregnant and have babies, and I had this overwhelming envy and jealousy, and that's how I knew. I always say jealousy and envy are not bad emotions. They are emotions that show you what you want, and I'd never felt that before. When other people around me would be pregnant, I'd be like, oh, you know, amazing. And I was still like amazing, but I had this like pit of like, I want that, and that's how I knew. And that was it. And I was very, very blessed. It happened very, very quickly. So yeah. So that's all of the questions over on Instagram. Let's just have a look on the YouTube community page. I got lots and lots of congratulations. So thank you so much to everyone who's congratulated me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. I know you said you wouldn't do celeb readings anymore, but can we at least get world predictions of celeb readings? The one you did for Oprah was spot. You said she would produce something and it ended up being the colour purple. Ah, amazing. See, once I do a reading, I don't really go back and watch my videos, so that's cool to know that I predicted that correctly. Look, bear with me. I'm trying to stay open. I don't know what I'm doing. When it comes to content, I really don't know. I would say, like, if you've ever had a reading with me, one of my, I would say, strengths in my gift is helping people turn, like, pain into power, is helping people transform, is helping people look at the bright side, take their weaknesses, turn it into a positive. I'd say that's my strength. So I have had some ideas and how I could incorporate celebrity readings into that, but I don't know. You're gonna have to bear with me. And like I said, world predictions I do kind of want to do and get around to, because have we seen this world? It's a little bit cray-cray. Okay. How do you embrace your visions for the future without feeling anxious or discouraged for what's to come into fruition? Oh, that's a really good question. I do sometimes feel anxious and worried that I'm not going to get what I want, but I have faith, and faith is the thing that, you know, keeps you in the positive when it comes to your future. You have to have faith. The baby's making a little bit of a... Are you making your debut? You know, say you book something or you book a vacation, you don't sit and worry, oh, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? No, you just know it's going to happen. And it's the same with the visions you have for yourself and the dreams you have for yourself. They have been given to you because they are yours. It's your job to get to them and to navigate them and to stay open to the signs and synchronicities that will get you there. But your dreams have been given to you because they are yours. I posted on Instagram, and I highly recommend it. There was a interview that Fantasia did. She was doing the press for The Colour Purple, actually, interestingly enough. Excuse me, munchies. She was doing the press for The Colour Purple, and she was talking about faith and how you have to really have faith even when it seems like it's not possible, even when it seems like it can't happen. There's no way, you don't know how it's going to happen. It's in those moments that you are being tested the most. And she said, you know, there's no testimony without the test. And so yeah, faith. You have to build your faith. You have to build your faith and know that your visions and dreams and goals have been given to you because they are yours. And you have to stay open to know that it is possible, because only through that openness that you will see the opportunity. Once you close yourself off and say, nah, it's not possible, you close yourself off to seeing any opportunity. So faith, build your faith. But also know that it's okay to feel anxious, it's okay to feel scared, it's okay to feel worried that it's not going to happen. Excuse me, munchies! They are all human emotions and completely normal. Okay, sorry if anything looks different again, because my camera does this thing where like it gets hot and then it has to turn itself off, so that's what happened. So where are we? I'm getting so many lovely comments. Thank you so much. So, what has surprised you most about being a mum? Oh my goodness. I think I've surprised myself the most. You know, I used to be a girl that would be like, I could never sleep on 2 hours sleep. I have to eat or else I cannot function. And it's just amazing how strong you become as a mum, and how much you're willing to give of yourself for this little person. Like, I will give everything and anything. My partner actually said to me that he saw something, I don't know how real it is, you know, but he said that he saw that, you know, a mother's strength can lift a car. You know, I think I've actually seen it as well. You know, a mother's strength is just incredible, and to any mum who is there for their baby and has stuck around, you know, I think you're amazing, and I want you to know that I honour you, I see you, and to mother is such a privilege, such a privilege, such a blessing. Like I said, it's a blessing, it's not a right. And yeah, I just think, whew, sometimes I look and I think, girl, how are you even functioning? You know, because sometimes, you know, having to wake up every 2 to 3 hours, having broken sleep, you know, juggling everything, having to, you know, hold a baby while you're cooking, or while you're, I don't know, having to entertain a baby as you wash your hair, like all these things, like all the multitasking, it takes energy. It takes energy. The more things you're doing at once, the more energy you're burning. And before pregnancy, before birth, before having a baby, you know, I used to be like, he's also on my lap now. I used to be like so tired all the time. I thought I was tired, and I look back and think now, I wasn't tired, I was just bored, I guess. And boredom can cause you to be like tired and fatigued. Now, like, I'm doing so much and I probably don't feel as tired as I did back then, but it's just amazing how much of yourself you can give, and that's really what surprised me. I've surprised me the most. How would someone know if they're ready for a spiritual reading on themselves? This person's gone into some context. For some context, I had a reading done in the past and everything seemed to come into fruition, but during the time period of waiting, the more I felt anxious about what was to come. I had spent so much time worried about what could happen instead of embracing the moment. Looking back, I don't feel like I was ready to receive the information. So how would someone know if they're spiritually strong enough for a reading, regardless if the information is good or bad? Well, you have to ask yourself, if I'm going into this reading, this is where discernment becomes important. Would I think of the worst thing they could tell you, you know? Now, I don't condone this as a psychic, but some psychics out there do make, you know, very dark predictions, and say that that's set in stone. I don't believe that as a psychic. As a psychic, I believe that energy is flowing. What I read for you now can change because you as a human have free will. I'm reading on your energy right now, which is why my readings are guidance. You know, my readings are guidance. You know what I'm saying? With the energy right now, this is what Spirit is telling you right now with your energy in this moment, as the predicament as it is. If you did this, this could happen. If you did that, this could happen, blah, 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 blah. So you have to say to yourself, if this person says the worst case scenario to me, could I handle it? If they say the best case scenario for me, could I handle it? And you also have to go in with the mindset that it is set in stone. It's not fixed. No matter what any psychic says to you, you have free will over your life. Yes, some things you cannot control, but energy is ever changing, ever flowing, and nothing's set in stone. But you have to know in your heart that whatever this person's going to say to me, I can handle it. And that's just something you have to know within yourself. And you also have to know that, like I said, you have free will to make decisions in your own life, and only you can know really when you are ready to receive a reading. But it's more of a calling. I always say, don't just go and get a reading, you know. Go if you feel called to. If you feel spiritually in your heart, is this the right thing for me to do? Do I feel this is in alignment? Do I feel that this is the right thing for me to do right now? If you're getting a reading and then you're second guessing yourself, don't do it. And that's for anything. If in doubt, chuck it out. Congratulations again. Thank you very much. Did you receive any downloads from Spirit to prepare you for the birthing experience? Well, no. It's the plain answer to that, and I don't know why. I don't know why. My birthing experience is a whole other story, and I would be happy to share it because I think, you know, awareness could be raised for it, especially here in the UK. Quite simply, the NHS is a failing system, and love the NHS, My mum works for the NHS. I think, you know, when it's done right, it's amazing, and it's amazing that I could walk in and have my baby for free, you know. But there are many things, you know, just because it's free, just because, you know, it's free doesn't mean it's perfect. And yeah, so my birthing experience wasn't what I wanted it to be or what I thought it would be. It was what I wanted it to be, because at the end of the day, I don't care how my baby got here. I'm just happy he got here healthy and safe, and I'm healthy and safe. You know, those are the main things for me always. But was it what I envisioned? Was it what I thought it would be? Absolutely not. So yeah, oh my goodness, it's so lovely to be back and talking to you all. I've missed this. I've really missed it. I've missed you all, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to film. You know, I'm working around a baby now. Like I said, my time is on his time, and yeah, you know, I've just really got to think about what I want to do and how I want to create and ease myself back in. You know, I'm not going to chuck myself back into this, because I am a mother, and that is my full-time commitment right now. But we'll see. I'm excited for where this is to go. I do feel like change is on the cards. I just don't know what that looks like entirely right now, and I feel like as I navigate this journey, more will appear and open up to me. So yeah, I hope you're all doing really well, and let me know how you are in the comments. Please let me know how you are. I notice all your names. I know all your names. I know, you know, sometimes it might not seem like it if I do a quick like and heart or just a quick thanks or on a comment, but I actually know your names. I recognise you. If you've been, so many of you have been around here for such a long time, I recognise your names. So yeah, thank you so much for sticking by me, supporting me, loving me, sending me all the love, and I hope you will stick with me on this journey of where it goes next. And I don't know when I'll see you next, but hopefully soon. And look after yourselves, take care of yourselves, meet yourselves where you are, you're doing your best, and I'm sending you lots of love. Okay, speak soon. Bye.